How's it going, everyone? I just wanted to discuss the Leatherman Arc. Reddit had a pretty interesting thing. They highlighted, I think there was 3 engineers that did Q&A on this tool. It talked about, the properties of the knife, the Magna Cut, other things, other details, why there was not spring-loaded pliers. We can get into that just to look at it. Let's check it out. So if we go here, let me see here. We're the Leatherman engineers. I'll leave a link down below as well. But we engineers, here we go. It's a long, subreddit right here. But you got Clee, the product design engineer, 2. Adam, he's the product designer, and Matt, warranty program manager. So all 3 of these guys were talking about the Leatherman Arc. They said put a ruler on everything. Yeah, they kind of discussed about the ruler. The biggest thing was the Magna Cut. He said right here, Matt LTG. To all Magna Cut HT questions, that's, the biggest thing that this thing has is the Magna Cut. A lot of people want that. One of the really best properties on a multi-tool, or a knife, a pocket knife for that matter. But he said, I'm somewhat amused by the fascination here. We work closely with Niagara to make sure we process the steel correctly. We follow the standard heat-treated practices using a local vendor that is very capable. They also HT in PDX area knives. We independently, see what he says here. Niagara is the exclusive vendor for crucible powdered metals. That's pretty big in the knife industry right there. So they talk about that. Thanks for their response. I'm glad to hear that you likely are pushing the HRC, some of the high numbers. Okay. What else did they discuss here? Here we go. General question about the spring-loaded pliers. A lot of people thought that was a missed opportunity on the Leatherman Arc. That it has regular pliers, just like the Free P4. So let's check this out. Why are there... okay, about spring-loaded pliers. He said it really depends on the spring, how the spring goes. You need to have a strong spring to move all the handles, implement weight. Strong springs tend to get larger, so we need a lot of material out of the jaw in order to make the room. This decreases the strength of the jaw, so it weakens it pretty much to lead more failures and warranty returns. So he's saying this is actually stronger than having a spring-loaded plier like the garage number, garage number 5 40th anniversary. But there are a ton of more factors that lead into this. Thank you for answering. To add a spring concentric with the rivet, you have to remove a lot of material. That's what he's saying. And it significantly reduces the strength. So you want a strong plier. So that they're saying that ruins it if you have spring-loaded pliers. So I guess, the garage number 5, these pliers are stronger than garage number 5. They're saying, that's what they're saying here. Let's see what else they had. I'm kind of just going. It's prepared. The can opener, I really don't care about too much. Oh, here we go. Why wasn't a ruler added inside the Free or Arc handles? I was saying that too. The Arc should have room for it. Our Magna Cut blades are heat treated. No, they didn't really talk about that. Here's a data sheet of the Magna Cut blade. He said it's Crucible CPM Magna Cut, which is really nice. I'll leave a link down below. Here's Magna Cut right here. This shows the toughness, edge retention, corrosion resistance. You can see all color coded. And over here is S90V blade is we don't see, what do they use, S30 bleed? The Leatherman charge is S30, so we don't see that here. 154 was, but you can see how much higher that is, the Magna Cut. That's pretty significant. Let's see what else they have here. The Arc has a masterpiece for me. What was the biggest challenge in designing this Leatherman Arc? That's what they're saying. The biggest challenge was manufacturing rather than the design. That's what the engineer is saying. We are working on things, but do not discuss publicly. Huh. So the biggest challenge, he was saying, is the manufacturing. Why not put a stamped ruler? That's what I kept saying. Free ruler is pretty useless. It is. It's like 1 inch. They kind of ignored that. Right here. Not enough people purchase them to stop making them. We cannot speak to any future releases. Let's see what else they got. I'm just kind of, going through these. They talked about the hammer surface as well. That they call it a hammer surface. This impact surface. They were talking about the Free P2 and Free P4 has the same thing. And he just said basically that they just never, verified or said that you could use it as a hammer surface. I'm just kind of scrolling down here. And testing the Arc, has there been any issues with shavings? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Because of the magnets, you got magnets here. Strong magnets. You got 2 magnets here. And, that's how the Free Series is. But, no, in testing, the magnets prevent shavings. That's what he says. Swarf, etc. from getting into the pivots better than on a wave charge. You just wipe them out with your finger, and they should, when they build up. That's what he said. I would love to, there's spring-loaded pliers again. He said it weakens it. What do you carry? They're asking what they carry. Bruiser and PT2. Free P2 they carry. Let's see what else they have. This is a long article. They said they were releasing October 17th at midnight, so that's what they talked about here. Let me see if I can find that. I kind of went through it. How would the 21? I'm trying to see if there's anything important again. Oh, this is cool. So if you had to allow to make a 2.0 model, which one would you choose? That's what they were asking, the engineers. He said, I think it would be fun to do a skeletal or something like it. For me, in my opinion, I would say to do, either the Surge 2.0 or 3.0 now, or the Leatherman Crunch 2.0. I think the Leatherman Crunch would be fantastic. I just think that's an awesome tool. Skeletals, not my favorite, just because it's small. It's too small for me. Let me see here. Hi, folks. Thanks for... This guy went all in. Why no spring-loaded pliers? Scissors should be longer. I agree with that. File could include a chisel tip. That's cool. All could be longer. And why not eyelet? Why no package opener? I think this guy goes kind of all out. And this guy says that's a lot of words. Springloaded pliers just are not as strong as, like garage number 5. The scissors could be longer, but also they would need to be thicker. And there's not enough room. So he's saying there's not enough room on here to make it thicker, which kind of makes sense. You could see how thin that is. But I agree with him. Maybe they could have done like in black or something. File could have a chisel tip, but that would increase the risk of gouging while filing. Okay, that makes sense. He said, oh, this was my gripe. Shorter awls stand up to bending and prying better. So that was one of my gripes too. See how small this is, the awl? He said it's short because shorter awls stand up to bending and prying better. That makes sense. It is also a shorter than tools next to it, so you are less likely to poke your fingers. Okay, that makes sense. The tool has a sharp awl and knife blade. These work well with package openers, that's what he's saying. It was removed from a pry bar to the screwdriver as a better pry. So he kind of just talks about why they did this. Let's see what else there is. This is a very... I like that they brought this out. Usually they don't do stuff like this. I think that's pretty cool that they talked about this. Let's see what else we got here. First of all, thanks for taking your time. Yeah, I appreciate it too. My 2 biggest questions about the Arc. Why not add a package opener, cutting edge, or mini pry tool? What made the decision to replace the serrated blade with the full-size file? That's good. Okay, the package opener on the pry bar caused it to perform worse as a pry bar on larger screwdriver. The package opening functions can easily be handled by the awl. I hear that some people even use the knives to open packages from time to time. And the other question, what was made to replace the serrated blade? He said that was from feedback from a few hundred people. The tools on the Arc will not be perfect for everybody, but majority of people will appreciate it. That's what he's saying. I agree, serrated blade aren't for me. Really looking forward to the Arc. Like I said, in my opinion, I like the serrated blade, so I am not with these guys with that. Do you do all the exclusive batch runs? Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. What do you guys use to clean or lube Leatherman tools? Like I was talking about before, I use ball stall. It works great for lubrication. But let's see what they use. They said PFTE bike chain lubes work really well. Chi-Flow, gun oils, which I use, that's the ball stuff. CRC, pretty much anything works. If you could consider that your tool should be cleaned and lubed, you're already way ahead of the pack. Okay, so that's a cool question. Where the cap, yeah, they kind of go away from Leatherman Arc here with the cap thing. I don't really care about that. Will the Arc have a customization at launch? That's a cool question. And he said it already does. Go to this link. So if you go to this link, you got, there you go. Wow, look at that. It's got all different kinds. That's cool, the map. So I'm sure it's going to cost a shit ton customizing it like that, but pretty cool. So you can customize the Arc. Wonder if you can do the Magna Cut blade. I'm pretty sure you could. Can you? Let's see. Yeah, you can do patterns. Pretty cool. Oh, you can do camouflage. Look at that. I like the camouflage. Can you do the knife? Maybe not. Blade design. I guess you can. Let's see here. Look at that. Cool. Go American. So that's pretty cool. Huh. Interesting. There's no price yet, I don't think, on that. But this is pretty cool, the that they gave you this, the edge retention and all that. And let's see what else. So yes, you can do customization. Can you tell me about the screw specs for the pocket clip? That's a good one. I'd like to attach something to those. Okay, so he's talking about these screw right here. You can remove it and put it on this side if you wanted to. So let's look into that. I can tell you they are number 2/56 thread. The Leatherman screws are Torx T6 countersunk screws. They have a smaller head on them. Okay, so that makes sense. Are there any downsides? I'm just kind of looking at any arc questions, really. Okay. Some injector. This guy goes all out. Dialing in the bit. Removal of force takes time. Magna Cut is a pain to work with. This was one of the things we were talking about with the awl. There's no sewing awl, you know, the hole there. And he talks about that here. Almost nobody sews with an awl, but it is used for picking, prying, poking, and scraping. This hole makes the tool weaker. That's what he says over time. Springloaded pliers, that comes up again, just not as strong. And some garage releases. Okay. Don't really care about the garage releases right here. Alright, let's see what else we got here. What do you guys carry? I think they said free B2. Why did Arc go with a two-piece design for micro bit driver rather than the MIM? Okay, let's see what else they got here. You hiring? Have you considered putting a chisel edge on the Arc? I am sure has considered it. Yeah, I guess it didn't come though. How do you decide what tools to include in the product? We talked to a lot of people, he said. We also have a team tool testers that give us a lot of feedback. The real challenge is creating a tool that works for as many people as possible. Oh, the tools, okay. How did you guys come up with the name? That's cool. All right, so this is the Leatherman Arc. How did they come up with the name of it? It's a long process of checking trademarks and copyrights. That's what he says. Then we use some test panels to narrow it down. It's actually really hard to do. That's what he says. Second this. Okay, naming's a pain. Have y'all thought about redesigning the crunch? That's one question I would like. We thought about it. I guess they're not going to do it for a while. I have plans to swap many of my arc tools into P4 as is gift and sentimental. However, I've heard conflicting reports that the arc blade may be thicker on the P4 than the arc than the P4. So they're talking about this blade. It is not thicker. It's the same thickness as the P4 or P2 blade. The Garage 5 is thicker. So I think that is where people are getting the impression. So they made the Garage 5 Magna Cut thicker. That's what they're saying here. And there's a lot more. Okay, let's see here. Would you say the arc is the start of a new diagram? Oh, new, I don't know what that means, paradigm for the tool you are designing? That is a product management question. I don't have an answer. So here's a cool question. What influenced the design change for the Leatherman Arc? It looks like it's less grippy, that's what I was talking about, than the P2 and P4, since it's pretty smooth. I said there's like no grippiness. He said laser marketing was a design consideration for the new handles. I do not make product plans, but it is designed to accept colors as well. That's what he says here. What's your thoughts on the button lock? That'd be kind of cool on something like the Arc. Would be fun to, I think so too. They didn't really talk about that. Let's see what else we have here. The goat I don't really care about. Here we go. Goat tool again, God. Is the flat? Oh, is the flat portion of the end of the free series designed to be used as a hammer because it makes a really great hammer? And he says yes. Can you comment on how the Arc will cost the equivalent of $320 in the UK from a design and materials perspective? To the untrained eye, it looks like a free. Okay. He said cross shop it with anything like the Magna Cut, then you realize you're getting all the other tools with a jaw on it. Probably for cheaper. I hope this helps. That's what he said. Are there plans to upgrade to a standard steel other than 420 in the future? Matt says 420 is pretty awesome. I know it's old news, but we're over here smashing, corroding, and cycling tools every day. It's a pretty good balance of properties and abilities. I agree with him. I like 420 HC. Let's see what else here we got here. Please bring back the juice. They didn't really talk too much about. Oh, here we go. Good morning from me out of Cape Town. I have 4 questions. Let's see if he answers it. We'd be fairly restricted on automatic. Oh, they don't want to put automatic opening knives. I get that. 420 is pretty awesome. It is awesome. But Magna Cut's better. This is a good question. Any thoughts on braking tension required to close the free and it could be reduced? They're easily open but one-handed, but it seems like little thought he went into closing the tool. That makes sense. Okay, so he's talking about when you go like this, see how it doesn't, you have to kind of grab it and then it breaks right there. So that's what he's talking about. Let's see here. They're easily open with one-handed, but it seems little thought has went into closing it. I agree with him. There's a method where you're using the legs to do it while you're holding on the ladder. The jaw detent must be stiff enough to open the jaw, even if you jam it up. Otherwise, the handles just fold up and you can't use the pliers. The Arc is a fantastic tool. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. Oh, this one's good. Alright, so I like this one a lot. This one talks about this one, the bit driver, which we were discussing before. He said, why do you add a glass screwdriver to the charge instead of adding a bit or adapter that is capable with the 1/4 bit holder? Seems like a missed opportunity. That's what he said. If you're able to make new, different multi-tools, I think he says about the width of it. Long time. Why no Tshank? That's a good question right there. Just like the Leatherman Surge has. Why are you not using old ideas from the... why Arc doesn't have deep pocket clip? He didn't really answer that one. So he answered a few questions, but not all of them, it seems. Trying to see when it's released. I had that in one of them. Price point, ouch. That's what he says. Price is always a factor. Something that... any plans for a surge size? For Magna Cut, that'd be awesome. Are there any plans? He didn't really talk about that. Why not include, okay. Why not include the wire stripper feature on the awl? It's really useful. The wire stripper feature is included in the base of the awl. You should be able to see it. Yeah, that's what I have. We talked about that before. So he's talking about the wire stripper here. You can use that as a wire stripper, I guess, on the yaw. Will you ever consider a multi-tool? Oh, DLC code it. Heat treated range for Magna Cut is recommended. Okay. They already answered, stating the Magna Cut is extremely heat treated. This guy says to steel foundry CPM spec. That's good. If you pull that up, the recommendation hardness is between 60 and 63. A lot of people are asking about that. I guess they are probably targeting the middle of the range for balance, toughness versus edge retention. So probably around 61 to 62, he said. There's a lot to this. Is all the black features on the Arc DLC coded, or is it just the blade? He said blade and handles are both DLC coded. So that means the knife blade and the handles. That's what he means here. Let's see if there's anything else that's significant here about the Leatherman Arc. I keep asking this too. Will there be an updated crunch? Is it an option, updated crunch for the Mr. Crunch? He didn't really answer that. Trying to see if there's anything else we're missing here. When are we getting the Leatherman Arc? He said you'll have to live with the regular old Arc as okay. We haven't even launched the Arc yet. I know he said midnight somewhere here. DLC coding is a hat on a hat. That's what he says here. When is the crunch coming back? I don't think he really... That's why I want to know. Nobody talked about that. Please bring back the Leatherman Crunch. Why are you guys price gouging a $300 tool? It is expensive. I think so too. Oh, this one. Give us a full-size bit holder. Stop money grab. When we survey people asking whether they would rather have a standard bit driver or a Leatherman bit driver and room for more tools, the result is always LTG bit driver. So that's what the people watt pretty much here. What parts utilize 420 stainless steel and which utilizes the 440? Basically, none of our parts utilize 440. Okay. What is the best way to sharpen? Oh, what is the best way to sharpen the new blade on the Leatherman Arc? He said that's the crux of premium steel. It holds an edge longer, but it takes longer to sharpen too. I think you should use whatever method you are comfortable with. We have a Tormek wheel in the lab. That's what he said. Trying to see if there's anything else that stands out to me here. Nope. From your engineering design perspective, do the spring-loaded pliers really bring drawbacks, like reduced structural stiffness? That's what he says. He already talked about that. See somewhere below the clean. I don't know what this is. I don't know where it said midnight. I know it said midnight somewhere. That's going to be released. That's what I'm trying to find. I think the best demand. Can a lanyard loop be added to the Leatherman? We sell Lanyard Accessories, he said. Trying to see if we can find anything here. They go into the surge and stuff like that. I'm just focusing on the arc here. Is there anything? That's it. I know there was something with, I heard a midnight release somewhere. Can I do Control F? No. I don't think so. But I believe I saw a midnight release somewhere on here. Well guys, hope you enjoyed this video. This was just the, frequently asked questions on the Leatherman Arc, and the engineers from Leatherman actually talked about it and discussed it on Reddit. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Let me know if I missed anything. I kind of just went through it with you guys and all the important, so-called important features that you guys have been asking, like the spring-loaded pliers, the knife properties, stuff like that. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. Take care. Thumbs up is much appreciated.